Ratchet Clank is back! Well, it's been back since 2016, but I don't give a fuck, we got a new game! Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. So, Ratchet Clank Rift Apart was released 11th of June 2001 for the PlayStation 5. Sorry Xbox players, this is PlayStation only. Now I am a massive, and I mean massive, Ratchet Clank fan. I have played nearly all of them apart from Size Matters, All for One, Q-Force and Nexus. So I was extremely hyped for this game, but I didn't bother watching any trailers because I wanted to go in fresh and experience everything for myself for the first time. And boy am I glad I did. I'll give you a little bit of the story, but there's going to be no spoilers. Everything I'm going to talk about happens really early on. I'm talking first hour or so. So, Dr. Nefarious comes back to steal the recently rebuilt Dimensionator, what Clank had built for Ratchet to go to the other dimensions and find his long-lost Lombaxes. In doing so, a massive cosmic explosion happens, sending Ratchet, Clank and Dr. Nefarious into another dimension. And this dimension is ruled by Emperor Nefarious. So it's up to Ratchet, Clank and two other new characters, who I will talk about in a minute, to stop both Emperor and Dr. Nefarious. The new characters are another Lombax called Rivet and a robot called KT-7461. Basically, they are the dimensional counterparts of Ratchet and Clank. And the way they introduce them is the way every new character should be introduced into a long-running franchise, such as this. You have Rivet and Clank working together, and you have Ratchet and KT-7461 working together, so you get that lovely blend of the old and the new. And while they're working together, they make each other better as well. They'll have really deep conversations that make each other really connected and make you feel for the new characters and make you want to take care of them. Like every Ratchet and Clank game, the weapons in this one, once again, are absolutely ridiculous. In a good way. If you happen to pre-order the game, you get the Pixelator from the last game, but if you didn't, not to worry, there are still plenty of weapons that you can mow down your enemies with. And yes, the Rhino is back and it's absurdly powerful, so get it leveled up to level 5 and get all the upgrades and never worry about an enemy again. Speaking of upgrades, the upgrade tree is basically the same as the last game, which I don't mind because it doesn't need to be something stupidly complicated. It tells you, like, this one will give you more ammo, or this one will make you shoot further, so you can prioritise your upgrades on how you want to play until you have enough to fully upgrade that weapon. And any upgrades you put on Rivet or Ratchet, they go other way. You do not have to do it twice, which is another bonus in my opinion. Helpful tip, level up the Bombarder, Mr. Fungi and the Blast Pistol. They are brilliant for crowd control and get them done as soon as you can. So, with this being a PS5 game, the load times are fucking insane, like instant. There's one planet you go to, you have to hit these crystals and it'll change into another dimension where you have to solve a puzzle before hitting another crystal to come back. And if this game was on the PS4, you would hit the crystal, there would be a slight cutscene maybe showing the world changing and maybe a bit of lightning and something else, but on this one you hit the crystal, bang, you're in the new dimension. It keeps the game going, it keeps the pace going and it keeps it from slowing down. Also, the graphics. Holy shit, the graphics! This game is absolutely beautiful. Trailers or photos will not do this game justice. It is honestly a game you need to see for yourself. Hopefully you have a friend who has got this game. Please go watch him play it or play it yourself. Look at those graphics, they are fucking insane. The worlds, the characters and the particles coming off the guns, it looks insanely beautiful and it is one of the best PS5 games I have seen to date. Now, I did run into a few glitches and the occasional crashes, which was on day one, so they could have been patched out now, but I am going to let you know just in case. The game would just crash after a death and my PS5 would not turn off or anything, so I was genuinely worried this game had broken my PS5. But it did turn on fine every single time, but it is something I would like to point out in case anybody else runs into it. Also, and this is a really tiny niggle, what the fuck has happened to Dr. Nefarious? I remember in the older games when he got so angry he would just shut down and start playing random TV soap.
I don't have the capacity for love, Janice. I was cursed by a tribe of gypsy ninjas when I was a kid.
I know, Lance. I was in that tribe of gypsy ninjas.
And I love them parts, but like I said, tiny niggle. It is a shame it's not in here. Maybe it'll be in the future ones. Now, this is something that might piss a few people off. £70 for this game. Is it worth it? Well, yes and no. It really depends on what you're wanting from this game. If you are wanting something that is the length of Skyrim, you're going to be extremely disappointed. I managed to platinum this game in 20 hours, which doesn't sound long, but I enjoyed every minute I was playing this game. I was grinning ear to ear, and when I go back to play it in the future, I'll still be grinning ear to ear. I thought the length was perfect for the game and for the story it needed to tell, and hell, one of my favourite games of all time, Streets of Rage 2, can be finished in about an hour, so I wasn't complaining. But £70 for a game is stupid, and especially since we've just come off a generation of paying £50 to £60 for a game, I did think it was a bit of a rip-off. But maybe that will just be first party games, because I only paid £50 for Resident Evil Village when that came out, day one. Overall, Ratchet Clank Rift Apart is an amazing game, and it is definitely a showcase for the PS5. Minus the glitches and the crashes that can be eventually patched out, and the price that will eventually come down over the time, there is no doubt in my mind that Ratchet Clank Rift Apart will be regarded a classic. Even if you're not a Ratchet & Clank fan, I'd still say pick this up and you probably will become a Ratchet & Clank fan after this game. Also, I hope Rivet and KT7461 do come back for the next game, and I cannot wait for that next game. Well, that's all we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a like, share and a subscribe, and let me know down in them comments what you thought of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, or even your favourite Ratchet & Clank game. Take care of yourselves.